Hey, what's up guys, this is Kenny from Pieces of the Ocean, and this is our display tank in the front of our store. Out of the 7 display tanks that we have here, this is the oldest one that started it all when we opened the store. We actually got this tank from hobbyists that never got the chance to set it up. So it was basically sitting in his garage in a crate. And we were fortunate enough to inherit the tank for our store, thanks to him. The tank is custom made by Miracle, and it's Peninsula style. It measures 68 inches long by 30 inches wide and 24 inches high. It holds about 211 gallons to be precise. And you can see the stand is made out of aluminum, T-slot. When we first got the tank, the stand was about 36 inches high because we wanted to have it in the front of the store where customers can walk in and just be wild, and bam, this tank is in front of their face, eye level. Being 36 inches high, it did not create that wow factor for us. So therefore, we had to get longer legs to make this 46 inches high. One of the benefits of having a tall stand is that it allows us to have a very tall sump so that we can walk underneath it very comfortably. We don't do anything too complicated here. We try to keep everything simple. We just have a skimmer, not too big. We actually downgraded the skimmer to a smaller skimmer, and we put it on a timer, so it only turns on half the time during the day, and the other half is completely off to allow the nutrient to build up in the tank. And aside from the skimmer, we have a Refugium, which we repurposed from a auto top-off box, and we just basically recirculate water back in the sump. For calcium reactor, we just use a basic calcium reactor from Reef Octopus. It's powered by a Kamoa pump using the pull method. Instead of pushing water into the reactor, it pulls water through it, so it gives us a more consistent flow rate. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. Understand, nothing too crazy. When we first started the tank, we had to decide what kind of rock we had to start with. In the beginning, we wanted something clean, start with a clean slate. We wanted something that did not come with any pests, but it also came with challenges because the tank took a long time to mature, to build up the biofilm in order for the corals to start to get into a stable environment. So ultimately, after 6 months or so, we ended up getting live rock, established live rock from under the tanks that has been established, that are very successful. A month, 2 months after that, that's when the tanks start to show a progress, the corals start to show growth, and the colors start to deepen. So for flow, we have 5 power heads in here. We have 2 MP40s on this side, and we have 2 gyres 350 in the back, and then also 1 gyre 350 in the middle to throw the water over the structure of the tank. To provide flow to all corners of this tank, it's actually controlled by the wave engine, Hydro's wave engine. It's a controller that controls all 5 pumps for us. The benefit of that is that one, it cuts down on wire, and the other thing is you're able to control power heads made by different companies. So for lighting, we are currently using ATI Stratons, and we have 3 of them above the tank. And I recently added 2 strips of Weep Bright to the sides. That was not the plan until the colonies start to grow outwards a little bit. Prior to this, we used radions on this tank. We have 4 on here. They work fine. It's just that the profile and the look and feel of the ATI Stratons is perfect for the front of the store. It keeps everything very clean and sleek. But a lot of customers ask us, what do we dose, right? So we don't actually dose anything except for the lanthanum chloride disphosphate RX. It's just a few drops a week, depending on what the phosphate readout is. If it reads a little higher than what we would like, then we'll put a few drops in there. As you guys can see, this tank is dominated by SPS corals, acropores. A lot of the grow out colonies come out of here. A lot of frags that you guys get from auction also come out of here. This is why you don't see a lot of larger size colonies in here. We consistently cut from it. But the benefit of that is that allows us to have more selection of corals in here instead of having a few larger colonies. Having a few smaller mini colonies allows us to put more corals in there. Lately, we started to add some LPS on the bottom to add some colors. We can talk about some of the corals that you guys are probably aware of. Some of the fan favorite is the Tyrees Pinky the Bear. One of the classics in this tank is the Tyrees Pinky the Bear because it's super hairy and super colorful. And then underneath here, is the Kingdom Hearts. A lot of people say it's kind of like a combination between the Pinky the Bear and Vivid Confetti because it gives you that golden polish as well. These two clownfish is our resident Madagascar Wideband clownfish. They're very special to me, especially because they are like the quintessential reef fish on a coral reef, and their natural host is the bubble tip anemone. So as soon as we put them in here, they take to the anemones right away, and this has been their homes ever since. And the anemones right here, they've been here for years. They never moved from it. So one of the many questions a lot of customers ask is that how do you keep the anemones from moving? And what we did was simply provide a hard substrate like a rock where it's surrounded by sand, so that because anemones they can't really move on sand. So they just kind of like constantly moving around that island of structure, but never move far from it. This is a very nice popular smooth skin acros that we have, the POTO Hellblade. So right here, that's the Vivid Confetti. Next to it is our POTO Fifi. When it first came in, it also looked very much like the confetti, but as time goes, it started to look completely different. So we put them actually next to each other to compare. Underneath it, we have a little bit of a can rock here, just to add some more colors to the bottom of the tank. So right here, this is another classic. This is the upscale microcladus. It's probably been in the hobby for longer than I have been in the hobby. And next to it, this bigger colony is the POTO Sidechick. It's one of the fastest corals that you can have.